Welcome back to the range. And here, ain't breaking news, but supposedly the Carolina Panthers are interested in Jason Campbell. Would it be a good move? Cleveland.
Nope. Matt Moore's their starting quarterback. Nobody really needs more. Jason Campbell sucks, so I wouldn't even make the trade unless you're going to make him as a third stringer. So might as well. John Fox is in his last year of his contract. Might as well not even try that kind of crap.
Yeah, pretty much when Moore took over the helm, I think he threw 12 touchdowns and no interceptions in 4 games and won all 4. And he beat, I think, 1 or 2 playoff teams in that span. Matt Moore's quarterback.
Jason Campbell, I wouldn't say he's a bad quarterback. He's just not a bright quarterback. Depends on the system that he's in. Carolina's offense is a little bit too complex for him, even because they're a run-oriented offense with.
What's hard about handing the ball?
Well, when you go to Auburn, you really don't know exactly what you're getting. Auburn is built for running backs, not quarterbacks.
Again, I say, what's hard about handing the ball?
I don't think it would help or hurt the Carolina Panthers if he went, but it would kind of be a waste of their money. I think he's all right where he's at. I think that.
Be Donovan's understudy rather than competing for a job.
Exactly. Yeah.
And get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will not get the job in Carolina. Matt Moore has done just a tremendous job in the last 4 or 5 games of the season. And, it'd be so much better for Campbell to be a understudy and just to learn how to play the game from McNabb's point of view than from just trying to compete for a job. So I'd definitely say that as well.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Wes on that. I think Campbell, I don't think he sucks, but he's not starting material. I think he's good as second string, being Donovan's understudy again, learning, watching how quarterbacks who have been so much further have done it, and then maybe, in a year or 2 give him a chance to do it. But I don't think he's starting material right now, especially not for Carolina, since they got more.
All right.
Well, since we talked about that irrelevant news, I guess we're going to go to the other irrelevant news. And this comes from the NFC West. Marc Bulger has been dropped by the Rams. He's been dropped by the Rams. Now, who are the Rams, you ask? The sorriest team in the NFL. They took the place of the Raiders.
Should stayed in L.A.
And I guess with them dropping Bulger, poses the question, will they draft a quarterback with their number 1 pick? And I believe they will. And more than likely, everybody's throwing a big hoorah about Sam Bradford with his little pro day when he only had 1 incomplete pass, which I don't give a damn because he's still a liability. And Colt McCoy is still a liability, which leads me to believe, no, Tebow won't get it. I know. I love Tebow, but he won't get it. I still say Jimmy Clausen, but some people are not high on him, but I think he's the most NFL ready out of those 3. But you can say they might draft Sue, but after letting go of Bulger, there would be no point because they won't have a quarterback. But you never know, McCoy or Bradford could be in that 2nd round, possibly, with the injury bug hitting them. So what y'all think?
I don't think all this hype leading up to getting Sam Bradford is going to work out. Before this week, we all said Jimmy Clausen is going to go to the rescue. We all said that. We said Jimmy Clausen is prepped to go to the rescue. He had a meeting set up with them last weekend. He had his pro day for them this Friday. So, come on now. You can't seriously tell me that everybody thinks he's going to go to the Redskins now. Now that the Redskins now have McNabb, I see them now jumping into, I see the Rams saying, you know what, that frees up Jimmy Clausen. Jimmy Clausen can now come work out for us. Let's see what he got, and let's draft him number 1. Like you said, Bradford's a liability. Colt McCoy's a liability. And I don't care about pro days because you're not wearing pads and you're not getting hit. That's what happens in the NFL for some quarterback.
Well, Sam Bradford, obviously he is a liability, but a lot of people could still put him in that category as a system quarterback. I mean, but I think Sam Bradford does have the IQ to like play anyway. But as far as the Rams, if they don't get him and they just end up taking Sue, they can always pick up someone in the second round, maybe Dan Lefevre if he's still available, or they can go deeper. If they can go deeper and get Tony Pike, who knows? Yeah. But honestly, the Rams, they need so much help in so many areas. So I mean, it really doesn't matter if they go with a defensive tackle, or they can just go with a quarterback. Me personally, I mean, I would take Dan Lefevre. I mean, Dan Lefevre is better than some of those higher quarterbacks anyway. I mean, they just base him.
Bigger schools.
Yeah, I mean, they're just playing in bigger schools.
Get more TV time.
I mean, MAC quarterbacks that have played in the MAC conference have done pretty good in the NFL within the last few years. So,
Like who?
Chad Pennington.
Yeah, Marshall.
I mean, Chad Pennington's done that. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger before the whole situation with the
He was telling the problems in college.
See that? That's our sports almanac right there.
And then, hell, Brian Leftwich had a good couple of years. First 2 years with Jacksonville. That's just about it. Now he's all fat and doesn't have a job.
Aw.
But now back to this Rams deal. I mean, they obviously know what they need, or do they? So, Sue or quarterback. That's pretty much it.
I definitely think the Rams will pick a quarterback. I think they're looking at it as a good foundation. I would not be surprised if they pick Clausen or Sam Bradford. I mean, I know the whole Bradford thing has gotten a lot of hype, but I mean, I think it's getting a lot of hype for a reason. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if they signed either one of them.
No.
Yeah, that's what I think about it.
Well, I think the Rams will have that pressure of picking the best athlete on the draft on the board, and I think they will take Sue because they will focus on beating both defense and offense later on in the draft. Because I mean, like you said earlier, JB, they have a lot of different quarterbacks that they have. It's not even including McCoy and Bradford and Clausen. You know, I look at Tony Pike from Cincinnati. He is a guy that can be really productive for that team. He's a very offensive-oriented guy, and that's exactly what they need. So, you know, and it's coming from a system like Brian Kelly, it's very good.
How's
So,
it work for him in that Orange Bowl?
hey, what they got there.
Or was it?
They got there though. So I mean, you have to give that into consideration.
Yeah, they saw a lot
But
more.
anyways, that's what I think they should do. Yeah, Sue's going to be there, and you have to take him because then that way you'll get both offense and defense taken care of on both sides.
I think the Rams will go with Bradford just because
You suck.
I think, well,
Might as well suck your team.
no, I just,
This
you know,
the move, doesn't it?
I despise OU. I hate them. They're the college team I hate the most. However, I think Bradford is definitely, I think he's got the experience, he has the know-how, and I really think if you put him in the NFL setting, I really think he could hold his own and, you know, prove a lot of people wrong. And I really think he could help that team improve because God knows they need it, and I really think Bradford is the guy that could do that.
Okay, people, let's not forget, when he had a good offensive line, he was one of the best quarterbacks in college football. But last year, what happened? He played in 3 games last year, was hurt in 2,
Yeah.
with no offensive line. Let's look at that St. Louis Rams offensive line.
Well, that is.
I can't even think of one player.
Alex Barron.
That don't count for nobody. He still sucks.
Florida State.
So let's go ahead and put it down now. If he was to get drafted there, you setting the poor boy up. Because you saw he can't play if he don't have an offensive line.
Unless he got the heart like Matt Stafford. If he got the heart like Matt Stafford, he'll make it.
I think he
Or
does.
David Carr.
I think
David
it
Carr
is
took
too.
a
I think
beating.
he has a lot of drive. I think he really does. And I hate OU. But
Just remember Jason.
Thank you for plugging that.
well, I
Just
mean,
remember Jason White.
I hate Florida State.
We're just pointing out this is unbiased opinion.
We all said Jason White was going to be a good. Everybody said, "Oh, Jason White
did
was
not.
good in
Yeah,
college."
I did not. Because another one before Jason White, they were hyping. Before Jason White, they were hyping up Nate Dibble, and then before they were hyping up Josh Heupel.
Who? Exactly. My point exactly. OU quarterbacks that just don't make it. Add Sam Bradford to the list.
And if
Syracuse will make it.
St. Louis does need to do something at quarterback, because right now their highest rated quarterback would be A.J. Feely. Up next,
He decent.
Former Eagle.
Let's go on a break.
Up next on the range, shout out and thumbs down.
I was
Stay
hoping y'all would
tuned.
throw